You say that they make money on you call it petrol, on oil, gas, whatever, right? We don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. And you also say that the government takes more and more in taxes and stuff. Now I look outside, right? I don't see any of it. It's like I don't know how Australia is, but here in Germany, outside everything is deteriorating. Everything is going bad. The infrastructure is, when I first arrived in America 30 years ago, or like 30-something years ago, there were potholes in the streets, right? Well, there are potholes now here in Germany too. There were none when I left.
Germany used to be a pretty neat, very neat country,
Yeah.
I've travelled through Germany many times, but pretty classy. But I don't know, maybe it's the same as Holland, going backwards as well.
Yes, I believe it's the same, and not anymore, because there's not just people like you and me anymore out there. We have all colors now. It's great, but then what?
Yeah, they just tonight they showed on a current affair. They showed the hoons in their cars, how they're burning their tyres to metal while they're spinning around in the streets. Just for fun, racing, doing 250 kilometres an hour and crashing their car. 2 people died, 1 walked away.
Yeah.
They think that's fun.
Yeah, I know.
They're crazy. So crazy.
I agree.
But anyway.
And you know what? On top of it, they call that sports. I don't know which part is sports. If all you need to do in a car is push the gas pedal down and steer the wheel. That's it. That's sports.
I think they do it out of boredom.
Well,
wouldn't they be better off helping an old lady or something, painting their house, or something like that?
I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, and
when I lived in Amsterdam in the 60s, in the winter time, the old people couldn't leave their house, so they begged us to come, and so I'd give you a couple of dollars, please go and get me a loaf of bread and a bottle of milk or eggs or something, Right. And they always used to say, here's 20 cents. And we used to say, no, don't need, But they say, if we don't give you something, you won't come back.
Yeah.
And it's basically saying, we can't walk in the snow and the ice, please help us.
Yes.
That's basically what they're saying,
Mm-hmm.
But the people don't think about old people anymore.
Well, I remember when I grew up, my father was little younger than I was, and he noticed also that we don't treat the old people, very kindly. Now here in Germany, they don't treat you very kindly back either. They have a lot of expectations. I'm old now, so you must help me. So that's not nice either. But he said, the young are here to lay the groundwork for when they get older, and the young are not doing that. It's like if we don't change, if we don't prepare for that, then we will just keep on having what we're having now. And the older, when you can't keep up with the pace anymore, you're out. That's it. You come in some nursery home, and then others make money on you taking care of you again. And how great it would be if we had older people help out with like what you said your ex-wife does, help out with the children. And for men too, it's like the kids, they listen to older people, and then the older people, they would feel so great about themselves.
Are the winters still pretty cold in Germany? Minus 20 like it used to be?
Minus 20? No, it's like it hovers around 0. Sometimes it gets like 2-3 days maybe where it's minus 10, but it's. I mean, the winters that I know from America, they were winters. This is not winter. The grass is green all year round.
Yeah, but when I left Holland in 1970, it was -22.
Yeah, I think
That was one of the
I remember too.
coldest winters they had, you know.
Yeah.
Because I remember I walked in a blizzard from my brother's place to another brother just to sort of say goodbye. You know, I'm going to Australia. We'll see you later. You know, you probably thought that you would never see them again. But I've been back home many times. You know.
No, it's not like it used to. But you know, we have so much knowledge. We can actually influence the weather. There are scientists here in Germany. Actually, they're doing that in Dubai, because Dubai is really hot and humid. And so, you know, the sheiks, they probably have enough money. They're building, you know, they have this island there, you know, that's all artificial. So now they're building new islands. They're called Germany, they're called Switzerland, they're called, you know, all this stuff. Yeah, and because the weather is too hot, they can influence it. They can make it rain or snow to cool down the temperature. And I read that also in a book, that, you know, we can actually influence our weather. We have the technology, we have everything in place. And there is a reason why they're not applying it. Now, America too, you know, that they have all these hurricanes and all that. And you know, now we have the earthquake. Well, this is something that is being guided. For us to be aware that, you know, we're not in control as people. There's something higher up that is more powerful than we are. And how do you get these people to listen to that?
Scary.
Scary?
I know the Americans and the Russians, they can both control weather. They can make storms. They can make under the ocean. They can make waves. They can do scary things today.
Yes.
They've got these towers in America, and they send signals, and the signals are going to people's houses. It's loopy, very loopy.
Well, the thing is, you know, I wonder when they're going to come out with the good thing, because, you know, there's something good in that. Because, you know, if we learn to, what I told you, you know, if we learn to know what we need, but then we need to change our attitude inside, you know, and for that it needs a jolt, you know, it needs a kick in the butt and say, this is what we're up to now. So, you know, and then make that available for everyone, you know, and also some people who have really a lot, like this guy there, Dr. Zetsche, and you know, the guys running our world, you know, they need to come down a little, and I wonder, you know, how they live. I mean, I know that some people who are in big positions in, you know, in the industry. I know that there's like a computer store here that's really big in Germany. This guy, he has a castle in Morocco. He lives somewhere, you know, on the outside you can't tell, but you go inside, it's like paradise inside. You know, it's huge and like a castle, you know. And one guy, what for? Yeah. Open the doors, and there's enough room for a lot of people. And you know how great it is to communicate and get to know people, and you know, then also see how they thrive, and they can be a part of everything.
Sorry, the computer slipped away. I've got something under it, because when you have it on the bed, the computer gets too hot. It's better if it sits on a table, but
that's right. Well, put some books so there's like some ventilation going. You know, put something over it.
Yeah, and the ventilation is actually underneath here, and my little wireless section, it gets so hot that you can hardly touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you need a Mac. You need a Mac. A Mac. A Mac. Apple Mac.
Oh, an Apple. No, this one is a Samsung.
Samsung, yeah. Well, I guess Samsung is supposed to be good.
Samsung.
But you know, Mac is just. I mean, for me, I worked on Windows before in Microsoft, and Mac is so much easier. It doesn't have all the options that Microsoft has, but well, who needs all that? You know, Mac is so simple. It's like, it's beautiful. It's, for me, it's the Mercedes, you know, of computer.
Oh, okay.
And I can have it on all day long. And I had others, you know, they ran hot too. This thing doesn't run hot.
See, some people work with their computer every day. For me, I check emails from customers and I get orders from customers. But for me, it's more personal, you know.
Oh,
talk to my daughter, talk to friends, you know.
Right.
And when you're in a motel, you know, you're away from home. You need a computer to talk to the world. Right. Otherwise, you go nuts too, because you close the door and you're on your own, you know.
Yeah. So, well, sometimes it's good to be alone, and you know.
Oh,
see, I don't believe I know this higher power is always with me. So even when I'm alone, I'm never alone. Like the thoughts in my head, you know, I communicate with the thoughts in my head because I know it's the thing with me, you know. So it's really like, it's a great feeling, and of course a lot of people are afraid of that. It's like you're being controlled, or it's like you're having an eye on you all day long, 24/7, non-stop. Even when I'm naked, I sometimes, you know, in the beginning, I felt like, oh my God, you know, this thing is, you know, can see me. So what? You know, what's wrong with that?
Yeah. Who can see you?
Well, you know, if you feel like, you know, like if this higher power, you know, that I like to call the thing, others call that God, is with you all the time, then this thing sees you, right? It's always with you. Doesn't matter what you do. You know, even it knows your thoughts, and we actually have a technology that can download our thoughts. It's nanotechnology. It's called. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So you know, all the things that we say. You know, this one. You know, America is spying now again, and now Russia is spying. We don't need to spy. All they need to do is, I don't know how it works. But they can, if they know a person, you know, they want to download those thoughts, they can download it. So you know, what they're telling us, it's all lies.
see, during the day when I'm traveling in the car, I could be, on average, I probably have 5-6 hours in the car. So that's my meditation. That's when I think, you know.
Exactly.
I might listen to music. Exactly. I might listen to music, but then at night you got to have a bit of fun, you know.
Yeah, well.
So this is
we're having fun now.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Right. I can check all the football scores from all around the world: soccer, Germany, England, Holland. You know, there's a fair bit to do on the computer at night to have fun, but. Tonight I just wanted to watch a movie, and it was an American movie about this earthquake underground and how they solved it all, and yeah, it was okay.
Who was playing in it?
Bit of, remember that movie, the guy with the one arm, and the detective tried to follow him all the time to find him? What was that? I can't remember the guy's name, but he's been around for years. But yeah, no, it was a good movie. I can't remember their names anymore. You know, like Clint Eastwood, of course. I've watched him since I was 10, with the movies Rawhide and stuff, you know.
Right.
Bonanza, used to love those series. Still watch them sometimes.
Yeah, we grew up on that.
Yeah, we did grow up on that, and they were good. And Little House on the Prairie. My grandkids still watch that. I used to love it. I used to lay there with tears in my eyes towards you know.
Yeah. And the wall.
But that guy, he was very clever.
PaMacKiLAnD, right?
Yeah, lovely man. Of course, he's dead now. But actually, the little girl.